So his question is, when we are operating in the world out there, in our everyday lives, it seems that the only way to take more time out for meditation is by sleeping less. Because everything else is packed, it seems that you cannot do less of what you're doing. So how to tackle that, and if I have any tips on how I handled it when I was doing business, my business and so on. I was so focused on meditation, and so that's why my business is failed. So I said business or meditation. I'm just joking. Not the failure part, that's the truth. Okay, so here's the thing. If you started to maintain a journal of your day, you would realize that how you are wasting time on things that don't add up anywhere. So often we think, oh, I have to be at work from 9 to 5, for example, or 9 to 6. And I have to get up at, let's say, 6 a.m. and get ready and leave for work and so on. But if you actually commit to the practice of maintaining a journal, where all you have to do at the end of every 1 hour, you put a reminder, you just mention what did you do in the last hour. And you will realize that not all of it was how you planned it would be. That some of it could be saved. Sometimes, a lot of the times, people are, when they get up, they just keep lying in their bed. And they're dreaming or something, they're tossing and turning, they're warming up, I'll get out of bed now. Oh, it's 6:10, at exact 6:15 I will get up, and then 6:20. 6:20, I mean 6:20 is somewhere in between, 6:30, make it 6:30, you know. Nobody likes 6:20. So 6:30 sounds quite reasonable, and then 6:30 will come, and then maybe they are checking their WhatsApp or social media or phone, or maybe they're reading news by that time, and once again 6:45, and the decibel level in the home is rising by the moment. Other people are screaming, get up or do this, and this person is taking it easy. A lot of the people do that. They're up, and the sad part is they are neither sleeping nor up. Do one of the two. Jump out of the bed. Or if you lie on the floor, then just... I mean, some people have to do that. Their wives kick them. Go lie. Now, so first thing is to eliminate this wastage, this leakage of time. You will find if you do that, you would end up having an additional an hour or even 2 hours during your day. A lot of the times people are just flicking channels on their TV. And they're not watching anything. All the news, the same news everywhere, every channel, and they're just flicking from one channel to another, and third and fourth and fifth and sixth, and then one person is always flicking, the other is always getting agitated about it. That's how it works in most homes. So he's flicking and he's not watching, and he's saying, why don't you watch something? There is nothing to watch. Then why are you flicking? Well, I don't know, I'm just seeing if there is anything to watch. A lot of the times, a good meal can be finished in 15 or 20 minutes if you just eat your meal. But sometimes there's a book that's open, sometimes there's a TV that's going on, or radio or whatever, and the same meal takes then 35, 40 minutes. What I mean to say is, be super efficient with your time, and one way to do that is maintain a journal for just 5 or 6 days. Where exactly is your time going? Secondly, if you eat mindfully, you will need less sleep. If you are going to eat late into the night at 9 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. and you're going to have a big meal, then you need your 8 or 10 hours. You will, even if you sleep 7 or 8 hours, you won't be quite fresh. You'll feel like I still need a bit more sleep. And the third, so eat early as you can. Keep a gap of 4 or 5 hours between your meals. My last meal of the day is at 5:30 p.m. Before I come for my discourse here, I've already had my dinner. So this is my last meal of the day. And sometimes I'm up till like 2 a.m. or 2:30 working. Midnight is absolutely normal. If I'm up till only midnight, I would not eat anything at all. But if I have to go beyond that, sometimes I may eat a cookie or two and then brush my teeth again. Because one thing I do is brush my teeth early, then the mind knows all's done, no more food is coming. So these are the ways to manage your time and your mental signals. When I was running a business, you asked, I led a very disciplined life. The other thing sometimes you have to sacrifice to have your time is socializing. I pretty much guillotined my social life to spend time on things that actually mattered to me. So one thing I used to do was never take my laptop in my bedroom. And I had to take my phone, that just for the alarm, morning alarm, and that would be on silent. All the years I was in India, even after I came back, before renunciation, I never took a phone call in my bedroom. I never worked in my bedroom. Only books, and 4 or 5 books that I would be reading at that point in time, and just the bed and phone for the morning alarm purposes. When I would be at work, I only took absolutely most urgent calls. I would not take any calls at work which were not work related. So I optimized my time at my workplace. And that was not just when I was running my own company, but also when I was working for other people. I never took personal calls at work. So my view was, let those go to the voicemail. And when I finish my work in the evening, when I'm commuting back, at that time, I would make all my calls. So that's the time I used to make calls. And it's not that every day I had 45 minutes of calls to make. If you're efficient, most people need something. You ask them straight away, what do you need? I can give it or not give it. Thank you very much, I'll speak to you later. As opposed to, how's the weather? Is it cold there? It's very cold here. It's after 100 years, it's so cold like this and this and then. Who cares? I mean, why waste your time on those things? In the morning, so when I would get up, I would do my yoga and I would do my meditation in the morning. And then as I would step into my car, so in India, I had a driver. Overseas, I used to drive myself. So I would use that time to meditate. In addition to the meditation I would do in the morning. And the only CD of songs I had, there were only 2. One was Krishna Das's bhajans. I would play that. Somebody gave me a CD of Shabad. I would sometimes hear that. And some Nusrat CD, which occasionally I would play during the day if I'm going for a meeting. And that's it. I would not put on FM and listen to news and this and that and the other. Only once I've written in my memoir, I bought a newspaper because I had to look for a job. And the Tuesday edition of the Australian would feature IT jobs. So I bought a newspaper. I've never purchased a newspaper my whole life. Now what I do is I go to Google News every single day and I just read up on the headlines. If there is something that catches my fancy, then I might read that article. Those little rules you have to make yourself, and they will really help you become more effective at everything. Not just meditation or anything. And that willpower, believe me, is pretty much the answer to most of your problems. At least it was for me. that willpower. I remember when I did one of the sadhanas which required me to chant all night and then do a yajna in the morning. And I wasn't eating outside during those days for that, I think, 15-day period. I would take my meal from home. I would have my soup in the morning, take a light meal with me, and come back home in the evening, commuting from Patiala to Chandigarh at that time, and then come back, go to this place, which was my place for meditation. I would go there. We had purchased a new factory, so I made that into my place. And I would take a bath there and then sit down for my invocation and meditation and chanting, and chant the whole night, get up in the morning, do a yajna right there immediately after my japa. So I would reach home by around 6:30 a.m. Whole night I've done this. Around 6:30 a.m. I would go home and I would take a bath again and then eat my soup and leave for work. How I had that energy, I don't know. And I would take a quick nap, like 7-minute, 10-minute nap at work itself. In my office, I'll say, look, it's afternoon, lunchtime, I'm just going to close my eyes for a few minutes. And sometimes if I would reach home, let's say 6:30 p.m., I would close my eyes for another 10-15 minutes so that I'm fresh going into my meditation. Anything more than 7 minutes qualifies as a nap. And a nap is as effective as a good sleep. It's not a substitute for a good sleep, but it can fill in the gaps a lot of the times. So how you sleep, how much you sleep, when you eat, how much you eat, how you live through your daily life is going to play a huge role in how much time you can take out for meditation. And that's my answer.